he says that what is the value of a los asay and an asay? No, there's a moral. The moral says by goyim, all the shev mitzvahs in Noach, they're all mitzvahs los asay, except for one, which is mishpatim. Right. So he says, what's the whole idea? What is a goy? What is a goy? What's the essence of a goy? A goy is given a certain dimension of spirituality, which is based on his neshama, and his responsibility is not to diminish it. When you tell somebody don't do something, what is the don't? What is the connotation of don't? Because don't is a diminishment. Don't diminish what I've given you. The concept mitzvah. So what's mishpatim? Mishpatim is the guarantee that the asay is the los asay is being enforced. That's to make sure that's what you have, the court system, okay? But everything revolves around not to diminish. Asay is advancement. That's the principle in the moral. Los asay, so we have 365 mitzvahs los asay, which is considered Kamini Mosachama, which is the equivalent of the solar calendar. So what is that? That's order. If you want to maintain a Jew, to maintain his order of spirituality, you have to observe 365 don'ts. Don't do this, don't do that. That maintains the order to retain what you were given. Asay means do this, it's in your best interest. Best interest means you advance yourself. Don't is you shouldn't diminish yourself. Asay is to advance. Okay, that's the moral. So now over here, the Or Chaim HaKodesh, he says, Kol mitzvahs los asay lohoseh tachlui hanefesh. When you observe the mitzvahs los asay, you're removing the illness of the neshama, of the nefesh. The illness. There's certain impurities, or if you did the wrong thing, right? The tachlui hanefesh. Kol mitzvahs asay lo'er lebechinas hanefesh. One is to remove the illness of the nefesh, and the other one's to illuminate the nefesh. The asay is illumination, and the other is to heal the tachlui nefesh, the illness of the nefesh. The tzacha, the chet kadmon, you hear this? It has nothing to do with the person's personal sin. It's the chet kadmon, it's the chet of Adam Rishon. The ancient sin, chushu ma'ori nefesh. The illumination of the neshama was what was darkened. By day shmiras mitzvahs los asay, yusar habagam, that will remove the blemish. V'adayin tersem orei ora, but factually, but what's still going to be lacking? The illumination of the light. The light's not going to shine.
Did he need any mitzvahs?
His mitzvahs, no. No, but the Gemara said no. He was given. It's only referred to Shev mitzvahs b'nei Noach is because Noach was the follow-up. The Gemara says he was given mitzvahs, the Shev mitzvahs b'nei Noach. He was given.
Right, so there was no asay except for make courses. That's right.
He didn't need it. They didn't need it. Ubasos mitzvahs hasay, but when you do the mitzvahs say yoy oro, that will kindle the light. Ka'omro ner mitzvah. Vinyan ze ein Hashem oseyu. This is very important. He says that Hashem doesn't do for you. Even if you observe the los asay, which heals the tachlui nefesh of Adam Rishon, of the chet of Adam Rishon, you still need the asay to illuminate the neshama. Ner mitzvah Torah, especially Mishlei. Letzad ki Adam hu agorim haro. He says, what's the reason? Because who's the one initially who caused that it should be extinguished or it should be minimized? The human being. Who chotov, who yises avono. You sin, you got to correct it. As they say, the way you make your bed, that's the way you sleep in it. Asher hilbish es nafsho, o shechoto adam rishon, v'hoyu kol hanefoshes tluyis bo. All our ailments, spiritual ailments, are because of what he did. Because our neshamas emanate for his neshama. Kulam taimo, kulmu tomu tamachet. All of us are tainted with the chet. V'aleim lohorik tachuleim. We all have to remove this illness. Person puts on clothing which are filthy, and it's inappropriate. What? The one who you're in front of, he should take off your clothing. You want to come before me, take off your own clothing, if it's not appropriate. Okay, he says, that's firstly. Firstly, if we did it, we have to. He says, if you say Hashem should take off this impurity which came about through one's own foolishness, im kein schar ve'nonish. I mean, what did Hashem create the world? For schar ve'onish. So if Hashem is going to do it for you, so why are you deserving? Right? You have no relevance to it. What does a person have an orlo? This is the chet kadmon, the ancient sin, shenidbak bin nefesh v'toldosa b'or habosa. It manifested itself on the flesh of the skin. Tziv Hashem li'ish Yisrael lichros migufam v'chinas hara. We're commanded to remove what represents that evil. Shebazeh yismarek b'chinas hara me'anefesh v'taro. And this allows the neshama to remove itself and to empty from that ra which it has. Okay, that's the whole idea of mitzvah saseh, mitzvah lo saseh. The lo sas, what? Okay, but that's the emphasis. You know, person, God forbid, has cancer. The doctor says you got to give him chemo. The person will say, Doc, why not? Because if you have you want to have any chance, you got to destroy the whatever is the cells, the cancer cells. This tachluni nefesh. Rabbi, what do I have to keep? 1, 2, 3. Well, what do we need all these negative commandments for? If you want to have a relevance to eternity, that's what you have to do. Otherwise, you don't stand a chance. Yeah, but every lo saseh is you're not doing anything. You're not doing. It's it's like it's interesting. It's like the body recovers. Person is an alcoholic. He stays away from long enough. The body itself rehabilitates itself. Every lo saseh is sheva tase. So he says by not doing the negative, that heals the tachlui nefesh. So what does that mean? The neshama in its own right has the ability to recover, but you can't feed it because you can have a relapse. I mean, you're feeding the disease, right? So what do you have to do? You have to wean yourself from all these things, and by weaning yourself from all the lo saseh, then the neshama has the innate ability to recover itself, to recover to its healthy state, but it's still lacking. It still doesn't shine for the illumination that you need the mitzvah saseh. Okay. No, nothing. No. Has to do with the nida and why the Torah is juxtaposing the mitzvah milah to nida, because they're both derivatives of the chet of Adam Rishon. And why the woman can never get rid of the nida, it's just part of her system, and the man, it's a one-time thing, because she's the cause. Because she's the cause, therefore by her it affected her to a greater degree than Adam. Adam was a greater victim than she was. Okay.